Welcome friends to the next part of our series. So in this part we will be exploring the Linux fundamental directories. So in Linux, like, we can found different kind of directories, but in this part we will focus on the most fundamental directories that we should need to know, and because these will be the file system we will be most interacting with whenever we are using the Linux, and we will also explore on some of the operating system components also. So let's get started. The first part of the Linux directory structure is slash. The directory structure in the Linux is like tree-like structure. So and slash is the parent of all the directories in the Linux. The file and the executables directories all can be manipulated by the root user only. And there is one more directory slash root, which often user used to get confused thinking it is same as slash, but which is not. Slash is the root slash root is the home directory of the root user. So we'll explore that. We will have a short theory, and we'll explore them practically also. So you need to make sure that you have started your Oracle VirtualBox, and you have started the VMware, the operating system that we installed in the first part of the series. So when you have done that, you need to check the IP, and you need to connect to the operating system using the putty that we explored in the second part of the session. So now I am already connected to the operating system, so I will explore the directories. So I will explain about these common commands, cd and other, but this time I am just focusing on the directories. So let's do cd slash, and if we do ls here, so guys, don't get worried what kind of command are this. I will explore more on the coming series, but let's focus on the directories this time. As you can see here, slash is the parent, and inside slash there are lots of other directories, so which we will explore on the later on. So you can see root is the parent. So another directory is slash bin. The slash bin directory contains mostly the executables. So friends, don't get confused with the directories. It's same like as folder in the Windows, so don't get confused, or if it is something like new for you like the directory, you should not get confused. It's same like as what we call folder in Windows. I'm just giving an analogy. So bin contains all the executables that are means most of the, I don't say all, but most of the executables that a system generated. So commands like ping, grep, cd, ls, make dir, change user, create user, user mode, all kind of different commands are located in the slash bin. So let's have a demo on that also. So let's do cd slash bin. Let's do as you can see here, we can find lots of commands, right? These are all binary executables. Okay, so these all are binary executables. See this echo. Okay, so these all are binary executables, and these all reside in the slash bin folder. So let's move to the next, slash etc. So slash etc is another important directory that we should know. It contains mostly the configuration files, and which contains all the necessary information, configuration information required for any program to operate, resides typically in slash etc directory. So it also contains like the multiple startup and shutdown scripts for the programs, also. So let's have demo on this directory also. So mainly /etc contains the configuration files that are needed by the program to operate smoothly. Okay, so this is the etc directory, and I will just keep a demo of one small program. So let's say we are going to check, let's take for example, let's take the example of this nsswitch.conf. So if you can see, here is lots of configurations that are needed by the nsswitch program to operate. So we all need to provide the configuration details in this file for the nsswitch program, but this time we are not going to play with this program. We are just trying to see what are the files that resides in /etc directory. So let's move to the next topic, /home directory. So /home is another important directory. It contains almost all the files, or all the personal files, or whatever the documents, everything that a user have been created will reside in /home directory. And in /home directory, whatever user you have created, they will have their own respective directories. So we will see that also. cd /home. See, currently Suman is the only user that is being created in this operating system since we have installed so far. So only Suman is there. So /home and Suman. So inside Suman, all the personal files and other details will reside inside this directory. You can see, like all other personal files, like documents, whatever the desktop, whatever the information in desktop you have, because Linux is a multi-user operating system. Okay, so we can, like, multiple users can log in at any particular time and run their separate programs. Okay, so we will explore later about like the single user and multi-user operating system, but because we are just focusing here on how to learn Linux and what are these fundamental aspects that we need to learn to explore the to know about the Linux and to get to excel ourselves in the IT industry. So we'll explore, because those are not necessary to deep dive. Just we'll explore small in some small part in later videos. Okay, so let's focus on the directories this point. So as you can see in this demo, the /home/Suman, so there are lots of personal directories that belongs to Suman. Okay, so now let's move to the another directory. So another directory is OPT. So OPT means optional, because typically OPT contains the third-party softwares and some hidden softwares that typically individual vendors like Oracle, maybe Oracle, that may be like Red Hat, that may be like some other IBM or whatever vendor there are. Okay, so that may be like Microsoft, that may be like that may be the vendor name is not coming in mind, but typically any vendors, third-party vendors application, that should typically we can found in /opt directory. So we'll have that demo also. cd /opt. So currently we don't have any third-party application installed, so this directory is empty at this point of time. So we'll move to the next directory, that is tmp. So tmp, as tmp implies, so it contains temporary files that are created by the system and users. So this temporary file, any user can create any files in this temp directory, and it has restricted means we need to restrict the temp directory, because any user can create any number of files. It is just we can call it as staging directory, where we can stage files and other configuration files. So typically the files in temp directory will be deleted after the system is rebooted. So another directory is /user. So /user is the directory which typically contains the user binaries, or whenever we install any typical programs, user specific programs, so those binary will be located in /user, and mostly the data in the user directory is read only. Under the /user directory we can find some other directories also, like bin, yesbin, lib, local, src, and they hold specific different kind of information. Let's say user /bin, that contains the binary executables for user programs. If any program, or if the system cannot find the executable in /bin directory, it will look up the executables in /user/bin. And another directory is /user/yesbin, and this file typically contains for system administrator. So system administration commands or system administration binaries typically are like con, sssd, user add, user delete. So typically this type of executables are found under /user/yesbin. So another is /user/lib, which typically contains the libraries for /user/bin and /user/yesbin. So another is /user/local, contains the user programs that you install from the source. Means in Linux typically we can install any program in two ways. One, we can use the package, another is we can install it from the source. So we'll explore that also in the coming lessons, but let's focus on the directories. So another is user/src, which holds the kernel sources, documentation files, and some other header files that are needed for the user specific programs. So the another directory is var. So var typically the var directory contains the log files. So log files means like let's say if your system is sending some emails, so we can find the log file in that var directory. Your system is running the cron jobs, then the log file of the cron job will be found in var directory. Okay, so typically the var typically contains the log files, but like on going this I forgot to give the demo of the /tmp directory. Okay, so we'll cover that also. cd /tmp. So as you can see, these all are temporary files. So these are typically created by the system at this point of time. So another directory we discussed was /user. Okay, cd /usr. See, okay, we can see like bin, lib, lib32, lib64, okay, local, yesbin, share, src. So lib32 means it will contains the library executables that are of 32-bit architecture, and lib64 means it will contains the executables which are of 64-bit architecture. Okay, let's go to the var also. cd/var, cd/var. Okay, so cd log, I'll just keep the see. Okay, here we can see the different log files like bootstrap.log, bootlog. Okay, so these are the means mostly the var directory contains the log files. So now as we have covered the basic directories in the Linux, but the directories that we have discussed so far are not the only directories in the Linux operating system. There are lots of other binaries, or there are lots of other directories in the Linux system also. But typically for us, the directories that we have discussed should be fine. Typically these directories are for the administrators, or the personnel who needs to maintain the systems and do some advanced stuffs. So typically, if you can see /boot, it contains all the boot related information. Means whenever the system starts up, it will look the certain information that is located in the /boot, which can be like grub information, other configurations like the operating system, like the initial boot image. So /dev is the location of the device files. The device files are typically the hard disks partitions. Okay, so /lib contains the current modules and shared libraries, the libraries that are needed by the programs to run. /proc, so it is a virtual and pseudo file system, and it contains the runtime information for every processes. Okay, it contains the runtime information for all the processes. So if you go to /proc, so you can see lot of directories like this. So these all are the processes. So let me give you a demo. So if we do this, there should be some process. Okay, if you see here, so typically proc contains all the information about the running processes. Okay, so next is /bin. So as we have already discussed here, the /bin contains the binary executable programs for the administrator. Means these are typically contains the information that are needed for the system administrator. So these are the basic directories, and that we should know what kind of information they are holding in the Linux. So now that's all for the directories or the mount points that we need to know about the Linux operating system.